Our next story is from Pakistan. This afternoon, it was dealt another economic blow, one that could further hinder Islamabad's prospects of securing international loans. Have a look at this headline. Global ratings agency Moody's has cut Pakistan's sovereign credit rating. Earlier, the rating was CAA1. It has now been downgraded to CAA3. And what explains this? The country's increasingly fragile liquidity. You see, this step has been taken because Pakistan's foreign reserves are far less than necessary to cover its imports. Also, its external debt obligations in the immediate term. Moody's says this has raised the risks of a debt default. Hence, the downgrade. So just how will this impact Pakistan? Well, these ratings will come into play every time Pakistan gets a foreign investor. And these investors will assess Islamabad's ability to repay the loans and live up to the investments based on its credit rating. Simply put, this report is going to hurt Pakistan financially. It could make the current turmoil even worse. Is Pakistan in a position to handle this? Well, not really. The situation is already quite bad. Due to the current economic crunch and the worsening financial condition, Pakistan has allegedly decided to cease clearing of bills. And this includes salaries and pensions of federal ministers. At least that is what a section of the Pakistani media is saying. It says the Accountant General of Pakistan Revenues, or AGPR, has apparently been instructed to halt salaries of the government officials. Pakistan's finance minister says this is not true. Media reports say he could be lying. In any case, we don't expect the Pakistani government to be truthful about the state of affairs there because there are so many crises that have gripped the country at the same time. The government is having a hard time trying to explain to the people just what in the world is going on. Take this report, for instance. It says Pakistani industries are bracing themselves for cuts in production and the workforce, especially the textile sector. It has reportedly witnessed a 14.8% decline in exports. And this is according to Pakistan's own Bureau of Statistics. It says the 2022 floods in Pakistan washed away 45% of the cotton crop, leaving the textile mills without essential raw materials, and this has hindered the ability of these mills to produce textiles. The fall in exports is staggering. They have reportedly declined at a rate of 2.5% on month-over-month basis. And the result is this. The Trade Union Federation of Pakistan says that as many as 1 million informal workers may lose their jobs. 1 million of them. Most of them will be from the textile sector. Remember, this is in addition to the job losses that have unfolded throughout last year. In 2022, at least 25,000 workers in the auto sector had lost their jobs. This was due to an unabated drop in the annual sales. And what's worse, the people who lost their jobs rarely have other alternatives, which means they will remain unemployed in the near future. I'm not the one saying this. Surveys are. Look at this report. Dawn carried this last month. It says in 2023, around 6.2 million Pakistani citizens will remain unemployed. That is around 8.5% of the country's total workforce of 73 million. It will remain jobless. And it doesn't end there. The rate of unemployment in Pakistan has been on a steady rise, especially in the last 4 years. In 2019, the rate of unemployment was 3.9%. In 2020, it rose to 4.3%. In 2021, it increased further to 6.5%. And this year, it is projected to grow further to 8.5%. It's truly a sad state of affairs. And what's worse, reports say this crisis will not go away in 2023. And the factors that impact unemployment are only set to get more severe in the years ahead. And what does that mean? That not just 2023 and 2024, this entire decade could prove to be rather tough for Pakistan, as millions more could lose their jobs and get sucked into the abyss of unemployment. The question is, will such massive joblessness not feed the networks of organized crime? Will it not become a more fertile breeding ground for poverty? Will it not feed ignorance, exploitation, extremism, and terrorism? By all means, it will. Unemployment is a volcano waiting to erupt in Pakistan, and when it does, it could engulf vast parts of the country and rupture the country's socio-economic fabric. Forget the Shehbaz Sharif government. We doubt if any consecutive government will be able to do much about this. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.